Good morning, everyone. Let me ask you something. How often do you find yourself stuck in a funk? Tired, overwhelmed, unmotivated? Here's the thing, your state, your emotional and mental condition is running the show. If your state is low, your actions reflect it, and your results, they fall short. But what if I told you there's a simple habit, a daily ritual that can instantly transform your state? A habit so powerful, it doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you live. Here's the problem. Most of us let our emotions control us. Bad morning, it bleeds into your day. Stressful meeting, you carry it home. We react instead of leading. But let me tell you something, the quality of your life is the quality of your state. State is everything. When you're energized, confident, and focused, you're unstoppable. You connect better, decide smarter, and achieve faster. It's not just what you do, it's how you show up. Now, you might think changing your state takes hours or a complicated plan. It doesn't. In fact, there's a habit you can start today that takes less than 10 minutes. Ready for it? The problem. The problem we face today is undeniable in its urgency. It stands before us, a challenge that demands not just our attention, but our collective will to act. We are living in a world marked by unprecedented change, a world where the very foundations of our societies, our environment, and our future are being tested. It's not just an issue on the horizon, it is here now, and it affects each and every one of us. Whether we feel it in the rising heat of our summers, the uncertainty of our economies, or the widening divides that seem to pull us apart, the problem is real and it is growing. We are facing the consequences of choices made over decades, even centuries. We've reached a point where ignoring the signs is no longer an option. What was once something we could hope would resolve itself is now a force we must confront head-on. Our natural resources are dwindling, our ecosystems are fraying at the edges, and the very air we breathe is changing in ways we can no longer ignore. Every day we hear more about the fires, the floods, the droughts, the storms that are reshaping our landscapes and the lives of millions. But it is not just about the environment. It's about the systems we have built, the systems that once promised prosperity for all but now seem to leave many behind. Inequality is rising, poverty persists, and trust in our institutions is eroding. The promises of a better tomorrow seem increasingly out of reach for too many people. It is a problem that reaches deep into the fabric of our societies, into our values, our choices, and our very sense of justice. And yet, the power to change it lies in our hands. The question is not whether the problem is too big to solve, but whether we have the courage, the determination, and the vision to rise above the forces that divide us and act together. It's a question of whether we can see beyond the obstacles and challenges that stand before us and believe that we are capable of something greater. The path forward may not be easy, and there are no simple solutions. But we cannot afford to wait for someone else to solve it. This is our moment. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the creativity to shape a future that is more equitable, more sustainable, and more just for all. It will require us to rethink how we live, how we work, how we relate to one another, and how we treat our planet. It will demand that we challenge old assumptions, confront uncomfortable truths, and make bold decisions. It will require us to act with urgency, with compassion, and with a deep sense of responsibility, but above all, it will require us to act together. Because in the end, the only way we can overcome this problem is by uniting, not as individuals or isolated groups, but as a global community determined to create a world where everyone can thrive. The question is no longer whether we can do it. The question is, are we ready to rise to the challenge? State as the foundation of success. Success is not built on isolated acts or random moments of brilliance. It is anchored in something far more fundamental, something that we often overlook or take for granted, the state of our minds and hearts. Our internal state is the quiet force that shapes every action we take and every choice we make. It influences our resilience in the face of adversity, our determination when the road gets tough, and our clarity when the path ahead is unclear. It is the foundation on which everything else rests. When we cultivate a strong, positive state, one of confidence, gratitude, and unwavering belief in our potential, everything around us begins to shift. We begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems, and potential where others might see limitations. This is not just about positive thinking. It's about developing an inner strength that empowers us to rise above setbacks and challenges, to maintain focus when distractions abound, and to keep pushing forward when it feels like everything is working against us. But a positive state is not something that happens by accident. It requires intention and practice. We have to train our minds to be strong, to stay calm in the face of pressure, and to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. It's about choosing to see each setback not as a failure, but as a lesson, each challenge not as an insurmountable wall, but as an opportunity for growth. It's about believing that no matter the circumstances, we have the power within us to shape our reality. A powerful state doesn't just come from within, it is influenced by the environments we surround ourselves with. The people we spend time with, the media we consume, the conversations we engage in, these all feed into our state. To cultivate success, we must be intentional about creating an environment that nurtures our mind and spirit, one that supports our growth and reminds us of our strengths. We must invest in relationships that inspire us, seek knowledge that expands our horizons, and engage with challenges that push us to think and act differently. The true foundation of success is not just in the skills we acquire or the achievements we earn, it lies in the state we build and maintain. It's in the way we show up for ourselves each day with a mindset that refuses to settle for anything less than our best. Success starts not with a goal, but with the belief that we are capable of achieving it, and with the mental and emotional state that supports the belief. This state, our internal foundation, determines whether we rise to our highest potential or fall short of what we're truly capable of. So let's start by investing in our state. Let's choose to be the architects of our inner world, shaping it with purpose, clarity, and strength. Because the truth is, everything we want to achieve begins with the state of being we choose to cultivate today. The right state is the bedrock upon which we will build the future we desire. In the power of small daily habits. Every great achievement begins with a small, consistent action. Often we find ourselves overwhelmed by the enormity of a goal, wondering how we can possibly reach such a distant destination. But the truth is, success isn't built on a single grand gesture or a dramatic transformation. It's forged through the power of small, everyday habits. Imagine waking up each day with a clear intention. It's those seemingly insignificant choices, the things you do regularly, that compound over time to create monumental change. When you take just one small step forward each day, even when it feels insignificant, you're actually moving closer to something incredible. The daily rituals that you choose to embrace, whether it's reading for 15 minutes, making your bed, or exercising for just 10 minutes, are the seeds of your future. It's easy to overlook how much these little actions matter. After all, how can 10 minutes of reading or a few extra push-ups change the course of your life? But what you may not realize is that each of these small actions creates momentum. A momentum that builds over days, weeks, and years, until one day you wake up and realize that these small habits have shaped who you are, how you think, and what you've accomplished. There's power in consistency. When you show up every day, even when it's tough, even when you don't feel like it, you're not just building a skill or achieving a task. You're building the strength of your character. You're training your mind to focus on the long game, to persist despite setbacks, and to trust that every small action adds up. And it's not about being perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out, and you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. The power lies in the act of starting and choosing to take action, no matter how small. As you continue, the habits you develop will shape your future, creating a ripple effect of progress that you may not even see coming. Sometimes it's easy to feel stuck or lost, but those small daily efforts are the key to breaking through. They may seem like nothing today, but in a year and 2 and 5, they will have made all the difference. So don't underestimate the power of small daily habits. They are the foundation for a life that's not just about achieving big things, but about becoming the person you want to be. Every day, with every choice, you are writing the story of your success. Reveal the habit. Reveal the habit. The very moment we begin to understand the power of habits, we unlock the key to transforming our lives. It's easy to overlook, but the reality is that every single thing we do, day in and day out, is shaped by habits. Some conscious, some subconscious. Our habits are the silent architects of our future, influencing our success, our well-being, and even our relationships. Every morning, we wake up and step into a routine that has been sculpted over time. Whether we realize it or not, the way we start our day sets the tone for everything that follows. It's the small, repeated actions that gradually shape our character, our achievements, and our sense of fulfillment. A habit is more than just a series of actions. It's the embodiment of our values, our priorities, and our mindset. But here's the exciting part. Habits aren't set in stone. They are fluid, they're malleable. The power lies in your hands to change them, to craft new ones, to step into a new version of yourself. Every time we make a choice, we are reinforcing a habit. And with each choice, we hold the ability to move closer to the life we dream of. Think about the habits you've already developed. Some may serve you, others might hold you back, but that's not the end of the story. Every day offers a new opportunity to shift, to choose differently, and to build habits that align with the person you want to become. The key is awareness. When you begin to see your habits for what they are, you gain control. You start to realize that the small decisions you make each day, whether it's the first thought you have when you wake up, the food you put on your plate, or the way you respond to challenges, are not isolated events. They're part of a larger tapestry, weaving your future moment by moment. With every action, you are shaping your life. So, reveal the habit. Look at the ones that no longer serve you and decide that they don't have to define your story. You have the power to rewire your mind, your actions, and your outcomes. It all begins with awareness, followed by intention. When you act with intention, you open the door to new possibilities. You cultivate new habits, ones that push you toward your true potential, ones that inspire you to move forward with purpose and confidence. There's a fire within all of us waiting to be ignited by the right habits. It's not about making huge overnight changes. It's about those consistent, small shifts that compound over time. Imagine where you could be a year from now if you committed to making even one positive change every day. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is that you start. Reveal the habit that will change your life and watch as it transforms everything around you. Science behind it. The science behind any phenomenon is often a fascinating journey into discovery, where each answer leads to new questions, and each breakthrough reveals more about the world than we ever imagined. At its core, science is about understanding the forces and processes that shape everything we experience, from the smallest particles to the grandest galaxies. It is through the lens of science that we explore the very essence of life, matter, and the universe. When we study the world around us, we start by asking questions. Simple, curious questions. Why does the sky appear blue? What makes a flower bloom? What causes the stars to shine? These questions spark a quest for understanding, and it is through the scientific method that we begin to unravel the mysteries of the universe. With each experiment, each observation, science takes us closer to uncovering the laws that govern everything, whether visible or invisible. It's the chemistry of life, the physics of motion, the biology of growth, it's all connected. Imagine the countless discoveries that have shaped our world. The simple act of observing a leaf turning in the wind led to insights into aerodynamics. The curious nature of gravity gave rise to the understanding of forces that shape our very existence. It's through this same curiosity that we now explore the depths of the human genome, peering into the building blocks of life, seeking to unlock the secrets to health and disease. It's the same curiosity that propels us into the farthest reaches of space as we search for answers to whether we are alone in this vast universe. The beauty of science is not just in its answers, but in its relentless pursuit. It never stands still. It evolves, adapts, and grows, fueled by the ever-expanding horizon of human curiosity and creativity. Every discovery builds upon the last, and every breakthrough opens the door to new realms of possibility. With each experiment, we push the boundaries of what we thought was possible, showing us that the journey of understanding is endless. This pursuit of knowledge, of discovery, of connection, drives us to constantly innovate, to think beyond the now, and to imagine a future shaped by the progress of science. What makes science so inspiring is that it's not just the work of the few. It's a collective human endeavor. It's the brilliance of an individual scientist, but it's also the collaboration of minds across generations, cultures, and disciplines. Science is the language of progress that speaks to us all, inspiring us to dream, to act, to challenge, and to grow. Each new discovery reminds us that the more we learn, the more there is to explore, and the more we realize how deeply interconnected we all are with the natural world. Science is not just the pursuit of facts, it's the pursuit of understanding our place in the universe. It is this deep-seated drive that pushes humanity forward towards a future where anything is possible. As we wrap up today, remember this: the power to change your life doesn't lie in some far-off future or in some grand moment. It lies in your daily habits, and every choice you make about your state. That one habit, intentional movement and gratitude, is a simple yet profound tool you can use to immediately shift how you feel, think, and act. It's in your hands, and it's always available to you. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for circumstances that change. Start today, right now. Take control of your state, and you take control of your life. The power to transform your future begins in this very moment. I challenge you to make it happen, because when you change your state, you change your world. Let's rise together. Let's unlock the energy and the potential that's waiting inside us. The life you want isn't far away. It's one habit away. Thank you. And let's go create that transformation starting today.